Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Books You Can Sink Your Teeth Into podcast. I'm your host, Granite A. Miller. It's nice to see you all here. I'm going to apologize up front. I'm looking a little haggard, a little beaten down. That's because I got COVID. So if you all remember, last week, I got back. I was caught in that CrowdStrike airport disaster, and I ended up getting COVID. I got sick on I got tested. I got Tuesday. I started getting sick Monday, the day after the podcast, and man, it's just been wiped me out. I'm still sick. I'm on the Paxlovid, so at least that's good. But yeah, not feeling the best. So forgive me if I don't seem my normal chirpy, perky self. I'll try to do my best. But yeah, I wanted to get together today because we're gonna do a book review this week. We're gonna review Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential. But before we do, I wanted to kind of just talk about an idea that I had that I wanted to run by you guys. And so I've read a number of books on the Civil War. And what I've read are the memoirs. So I've read the memoirs of Ulysses S. Grant, the memoirs of Robert E. Lee. I've read the memoirs of William T. Sherman, written by somebody else, but the biographies of Stonewall Jackson, and a couple others, and a couple other books. We'll get to them in a second. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of go over these books with you all, keeping it balanced, right? Not to kind of go one to the other. Like we'd start with, like for example, we'd start with like what the prelude to the war, and there's a really good book that my friend, the Graham Long, who was the director down here for the Historical Society in Charleston, and it's called Field of Blood, and it starts in the 1830s, and it talks about Congress and all the Congresses that went up to the point of the Civil War and how things just kind of fell apart. It's a fascinating read, and would love to kind of go do it on the book review here. But I wanted to get your thoughts. I wanted to see what you people would think about it. It would probably be about 6 weeks of books that we would go through, and and like I said, it would just be kind of going over the different things to get a good understanding. Because I'll tell you what, it is fascinating. The history is fascinating, and when of course, if you haven't done any like research on it. And if I say, oh, let's do it, they're just like, oh, no, PBS documentary. I don't want it. It's boring, right? But I promise this, you're going to find this to be good. The memoirs. I got to tell you, both Ulysses S. Grant and Robert E. Lee were fantastic writers. I got to say, when I read their books, I'm like, holy crap. And they weren't even considered good writers back in their day, but like, oh my gosh, it's so well written. And it gives their accounts of things, and it's not what you think, right? It's not. It was a lot to it, and that's kind of why it's so fascinating. Anyway, just wanted to run it by. So please leave a comment if you like me to do this. I would love to do it. Maybe we'll just do it. But if you want to give me a thumbs up, that's great. And we'll start it off, and it'll be structured. So, and like I said, this isn't going to be like a some type of documentary. No, we're gonna just we're gonna go like I purposely did, the lead Northern General, lead Southern General, lead Northern second in command, lead Southern second in command. We'll talk about the what built up to the point of the fracture, right? Why in 1860 when Lincoln was elected, why did those states suddenly just, that's it, we're done, right? There had to be things that led up to it, and then we're going to talk about it, and I think you're going to find it's, yes, you got the, but things just aren't so simple, right? There's lots more in the background, which is what I find fascinating to understand the full picture of things. And anyway, just something to mill over. The other things I wanted to talk about were, I do have quite a number of books that I want to review. And we're going to, just as teasers, we're going to go and we're going to look at The Count of Monte Cristo and The Three Musketeers, both written by the same author. And actually they kind of tie together, which is kind of neat, what we're doing with our own books here with the Dead Adrenaline series and Witch's Hollow series, and even a little bit with the Ravenscythe series. So I want to talk about, there's a couple other really fascinating historical books called The Empire of the Summer Moon and The 9 Years Among the Indians by Herman Lehman, Lewis and Clark's expedition, the John Coulter, who was with Lewis and Clark, and his experiences out in the mountains afterwards. Those are, oh my gosh, we got to do the Lewis and Clark series. You're going to love those too. Fascinating reads. We want to do the Wheel of Time. In fact, it's what got the truth the eyes of the eye tells you isn't the truth you may think you're hearing. Isn't always the truth you hear. The Witcher series, the Wheel of Time series, Percy Jackson. So we've got lots of books that I got up on the dock, and it's kind of funny because this week I was trying to think, okay, what am I going to do next? And I thought, you know what? Let me open up my Kindle and see what I've read. And going through it, like, whoa, a lot of books here. And that's what kind of stimulated the whole Civil War and the other, these other books. So cool. All right, well, let's get to the book of the week. So it's Kitchen Confidential with Anthony Bourdain. This is the book that propelled him into the national spotlight. He started off, as he says in his book, he started off as a cook, worked on the line, short order cooked, and worked his way up. Went to culinary school, and realized that it doesn't matter. You come out of culinary school, you gotta earn your dues, and he worked his way up the ladder. And his book details that life. It's quite the exciting life. Can see why it was hard for him to pull away from it. It just keeps sucking you back in, and it's a lot of excitement. I mean, that he did now a lot of things that were bad, lots of drugs, lots of alcohol. But not a good combination. But he kept going to getting to work, and like I say, moved his way up until he finally got to a very nice French restaurant that's where he was like an official, like top chef, right? Never could really crack the Gordon Ramsay peers, right? The levels, getting way up there with Michelin stars and etc. But he made it, and that's why everyone in the industry gave him respect, because he worked his way up the ladder. He got to his top position through years of dedication and hard work, and he knew his stuff. I mean, you could tell, even on the shows, right? When it's not choreographed, when they actually let him just get in the kitchen and cook, you can see right away, yeah, this guy he's done this for years, and he's So the book really details the life, and fascinating. It's a great read. Like I said, it was on. That's what propelled him. It's really worth your while to get it. I will give you a hedge with. Be prepared. It's a fast life he led. And it does explain a lot. After you're done reading it, it does explain a lot about his end, why he did what he did. Kind of puts it all into, kind of, you understand it after you read this book. You kind of know where he's from, his mindset, and the fast life that they had. So plus, you're going to pick up, for better or for worse, you're going to pick up some hints that you're going to, I know I do, about when to visit restaurants and when not to visit restaurants, like certain restaurants on certain days. He gives you all that insider info on what to order, what not to order, what to say, what not to say. It's a very good, you're like, whoa, I never knew that. So, without spoiling it too much, hopefully you guys will get it and you'll read it and you'll also see. So, it's a quick read. I would say that it does move fast, but it is engrossing. So you really get into it. He pulls you in, and you're with him, like he's talking to you. In fact, if you liked his shows, No Reservations, and the other ones. Gosh, got to my tongue, can't remember. But you'll hear his voice if you've watched his shows enough, and he talks to you just like he does in the shows. Actually, so I would say, if you are a fan of like No Reservations and that, you'll really like the book because you'll hear his voice as you're reading it. He'll be talking to you, and so that was a really nice benefit for me, because I read the book, and yeah. So it was one of those. I bought the book like when his show first came out, No Reservations. I think it was at, or something or another. I forget what the first one was, but I kind of saw it and I was like, who is this guy? I looked it up. So I had a book, okay. And I got it. I read like the first couple chapters and I gave up. I was in something else, I was interested in something else, whatever. And then it sat in my Kindle for a long time. And then when he passed away, I realized that I had it. And so I decided then to read it, and it was nice. It was really nice. I wish I would have read it before, because it would have made the shows better. But oh well, hindsight. Yeah, so that's the book for this week. Wanted to just give you guys some updates on some things. The best book series that nobody's reading, the Ravenscythe series. We are author Beth Ann Flowers and I are, well, mostly Beth, is working really hard with the final edits. The book is done. We're working on the edits. The cover's almost there. The cover's great. I did give you guys a sneak peek. Give you another sneak peek. The cover's almost there. Just small little things, small little changes. We got to get the content on the back, etc., stuff like that. But yeah, we should get this book out pretty soon and be part of the Ravenscythe series. In other news, from Dead Adrenaline, the author told me that he is getting ready to start work on the third book, which, if you've read the second book, you'll be chomping at the bit to get to the third book. And he's got that going. We had a really nice conversation the other day, about his thoughts. And I think what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get him on for another interview, because I think what we should do this time around is kind of pick his brain as to his thought process as he's kind of developing. He's got the outline in his head for Dead Adrenaline 3, but it would be really nice to kind of talk to him about what where his ideas are coming from, how he gets pen to paper and gets him out and what he does. I really would like to talk to him about that. Now, depending on my health, might be going up to his neck of the woods, and if we do, we'll have a site-to-site, on-site, personal one-to-one interview. But if I don't pick up I don't start feeling better, I may have to cancel those plans, unfortunately, and we'll just maybe do a phone call interview, because I'm not real good. Yeah, maybe we'll see what happens. Maybe I could do a Zoom or something, record it. But okay, thanks everybody. Sorry to drag on and on. It's good to see you. Thank you for watching. And we'll take care. Up next, it could be Count Vlad, Charlie Cleanwell, Hanshi and Hank taking a little bit of a break. Good lack of energy, unfortunately, but they'll take a break. But Count Vlad is next with his weirdness and goofiness. So have a great day. Talk soon. Bye. Hello everyone. It is I, Count Vlad, and welcome to my podcast, where it is a beautiful evening. It is raining, and it is actually raining. Yes, it's raining, and I am so happy to have you here. Unfortunately, the Count isn't doing all that very good. The Count has got the COVID, and you're saying to yourself, how can a vampire get COVID? Well, COVID actually started with the vampires. That's right. That's why, when that guy in China ate the bat and they got the COVID, that's the first time, because the bats always had the COVID and they gave it to the vampires because the vampires, and bats. And so anyway, the Count has got the COVID, and for the vampire it's actually kind of hard because the COVID really wears you down. And you don't want to drink the blood. You just want to sit in your castle and listen to the rain and not do anything. In fact, I've got no interest at all. And, beautiful Queen Lilith, she did not want to get infected, so she's quarantined me into my room. And she said that I could just go and clean all her dirty boots once I get the better. And so right now, there's about 25 pair of dirty boots waiting for me to clean. Luckily, she's got a lot of shoes, so she doesn't care. So, what's going on in my little neck of the woods? Got a lot of things to get you guys caught up on. One is that my friend, the author of Dead Adrenaline, Clinton Kurtika. He has been doing very well with his second book, Dead Adrenaline 2. And he actually, this week, he was in Zelienople at the bookstore and sold a lot of books. It was very good. He was very popular and lots of people coming. And that's all, why? Because it's thanks to my show. And because the Count is pushing his book. He's getting so many people coming. That's right. All thanks to the Count. So thank the Count. All the subscribers. And all the people watching. Thank you, by the way, for those who watch, all 7 of you. I do appreciate it. So he's doing very well, and the book is good. Like I said, the second book, I really enjoyed the second book. As you know, I love the Hive Queen. So beautiful. Oh, look at her. Gorgeous. And, oops. Count gets in trouble. Queen Lilith isn't very happy when I talk about the Hive Queen. She gets very mad at me. A couple weeks ago, I went to one of my favorite aunts, and she gave me the advice that I should make my potential girlfriend jealous. And, she says the women like that. They love it. They love making me jealous. But so far, not working out so good for the Count. So I'm not supposed to talk about the Hive Queen, but oh my gosh, look at her. How could you not talk about her? She's just gorgeous and beautiful. So, but anyway, the Hive Queen is in the book. She's the heroine. Wait, okay, hold on. Getting yes. So, Count Fangora is back, and he's here at the studio, and he's helping me with the things that Count's not allowed to say. And I'm been told by the author Clinton Cortica that I am not allowed to say that the Hive Queen is the heroine because she is it's a hero. The man called Clint is the hero, and not the Hive Queen. So sorry, I have to make the correction. But you know what? In my mind, she is the heroine. So deal with it. I'm allowed to think what I want, right? I may not be able to say officially, but I can think what I want and I can say what I think, and that's what I think. There, ha 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 ha. Okay. Um. In other, I'm getting some trouble. Here he comes. Oh, there's your Count Fangora. Hello, Count. Hello, hey. Yes, yes, that's right. Yes. I know. I'm not allowed. Yes, you are right. I'm sorry. I should listen to you more. And yes, okay. And there he is. Look at him. And look at the quality of the puppeteering that we've got going on. Yeah, no more crazy, fish lines in the screen. Whoops. Or fishing poles that are holding up the count. Yes, we made significant improvements here in our puppeteering technology. Oh, the Count cracking himself up. Oh, you got to do what you got to do when you got the COVID. Anything that makes you feel better. So, okay, that was Count Fangora. Yes, by the way, Count Fangora, you don't have to stay in the castle. If you want to leave, you can leave, and then you can call me like you used to do and leave the funny messages. So oh boy, the Count's on a roll. Must be the medication. So, yeah, the Count, the Count, not the Count. The Grant A. Miller, the host of this podcast, is what should be my podcast, But the Grant A. Miller, make sure you say the A. He likes to say the A in his name. It differentiates him because apparently there's some famous singer named Grant Miller that if you Google, you only find about the singer. You won't find the other guy. So you have to put the A. Anyway, he got the prescription for the Paxlovid, and it kind of makes him a little worn out, a little dizzy. So the Count is just kind of relating the information from the Grant A. Miller and the Paxlovid condition. Okay. Next. Oh. Yeah, the Count has a brother. I don't know if you guys know this. I don't think I ever mentioned it. But yes, Count has a brother. Yes. His name is Count Dux. And he is from Castle Duck in Duxvania. And he is here in Charleston to come and visit. Now, because this Count has the COVID, Count Duck decided not to come and visit right at the moment. But hopefully he will, and we will be able to get him on the video. And you can see the Count's brother. Yes, wouldn't that be nice? Yes, it would be very nice if we could see the Count's brother on the podcast. So we'll see what we can do. Now, I can promise you that the Count's brother does not have the same gorgeous hair that the Count Vlad has. This is a one in a million haircut. So, okay. Finally, just to quickly talk about the book in the podcast today. The book is Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. The Count read the book. It's a very good book. Such a shame. Anthony Bourdain, he took his life. So it's a shame. He should have just called the Count and made him a vampire, just like that. Boom, one phone call, boom, I'm there, vampire. And then he could have gone and done his Kitchen Confidential series, and all about vampires. Could have gone and met all these vampires and everything, but it's quite a shame. But the book really does shed insight into his life, the world he lived in. He lived in the night world. He lived with the count. He lived with vampires. He lived the nightlife, and it was very good. And so, yeah, that was a good book. I would recommend it to read. The Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential. It's the book that made him famous, actually. Um, that's what kind of propelled his career. So, all right. Well, that's it for this week. Hopefully, the Count will feel better next week, and maybe we will have an interview with the Count's brother, Count Doc, and we will see you all then. Adieu, mes amis.